Nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. You must never be fearful of what you are doing when it is right. Be less curious about people and more curious about ideas. If I see anything vital around me, it is precisely that spirit of adventure which seems indestructible and is akin to curiosity. Life is not easy for any of us, but what of that? We must have perseverance and, above all, confidence in ourselves. We must believe that we are gifted for something and that this thing must be attained. You cannot hope to build a better world without improving the individuals. Each of us must work for our own improvement and, at the same time, share a general responsibility for all humanity, our particular duty being to aid those to whom we think can be most useful. Scientists believe in things, not in person. There are sadistic scientists who hurry to hunt down errors instead of establishing the truth. A scientist in his laboratory is not a mere technician. He is also a child confronting natural phenomena that impress him as though they were fairy tales. All my life through, the new sights of nature made me rejoice like a child. One never notices what has been done. One can only see what remains to be done. My head is so full of plans that it seems aflame. When radium was discovered, no one knew that it would prove useful in hospitals. The work was one of pure science. It must be done for itself, for the beauty of science. Then there is always the chance that a scientific discovery may become like the radium, a benefit for mankind. I am one of those who think, like Nobel, that humanity will draw more good than evil from new discoveries. We must keep our certainty that after the bad days, the good times will come again. I was taught that the way of progress is neither swift nor easy. Neither do I believe that the spirit of adventure runs any risk of disappearing in our world. Our society does not understand the value of science. It does not realize that science is a most precious part of its moral patrimony. Science is at the base of all the progress that lightens the burden of life and lessens its suffering. Humanity also needs dreamers. Without doubt, these dreamers do not deserve wealth because they do not desire it. Even so, a well organized society should assure to such workers the efficient means of accomplishing their task. Radium is not to enrich anyone, it is an element, it is for all people. All that I saw and learned was a new delight to me. The older one gets, the more one feels that the present moment must be enjoyed, comparable to a state of grace. After all, science is essentially international, and it is only through lack of the historical sense that national qualities have been attributed to it. Unknown in Paris, I was lost in the great city, but the feeling of living there alone, taking care of myself without any aid, did not at all depress me. If sometimes I felt lonesome, my usual state of mind was one of calm and great moral satisfaction. I have frequently been questioned of how I could reconcile family life with a scientific career. Well, it has not been easy. Sometimes I had to spend a whole day mixing a boiling mass with a heavy iron rod. Other days, the work would be a most minute and delicate fractional crystallization. The results were sometimes unexpected, at times, encouraged, at others, the deepest despair. I have no dress except the one I wear every day. If you are going to be kind enough to give me one, Please let it be practical and dark so that I can put it on afterwards to go to the laboratory. In 1906, there came the dreadful catastrophe which took my husband away from me and left me alone to bring up our children and continue our work of research. First principle: never to let oneself be beaten down by persons or by events. Marie Curie was a pioneering physicist and chemist whose work reshaped modern science. Born in Warsaw in 1867, she later continued her studies in Paris, where she and her husband discovered polonium and radium, opening the field of radioactivity. She became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and remains the only person awarded Nobels in two different scientific disciplines, physics and chemistry. Her research laid foundations for cancer treatments and advanced the scientific understanding of atomic structure. She believed science must be pursued for its own beauty and truth, not for profit or prestige. Guided by perseverance, intellectual independence, and a deep sense of responsibility to humanity, she embodied a life devoted to discovery, discipline, and service to the world.